though.
This isn't
We
my
won't.
fault.
We have problems. But
I
alrighty,
say we have
folks.
solutions.
Oh, I was gonna say we
Yeah.
had solutions, but I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
who wants to do a cute little recap?
so we went to the other bar.
And then
We
everybody looked. Oh,
ran into Kyle from jail school.
Kyle.
He snuck
Jail
out the
school.
back, and Elara went to follow him. And then while they were out, we got into some trouble. I went up on the ceiling. Someone came up to get me down, even though I was perfectly capable of getting down on my own. And then Stakin went. No, Lyric went to go work in the kitchen because that's what Lyric would do. Made, I believe, a whole bunch of French fries or onion rings or
Pickles.
something.
No, fried
Pickles.
Fried
pickles.
pickles.
Fried pickles.
Right.
Yes, and then we met the other Ronald, who we had to pick out another outfit for, and the outfit had to be technological. No, not technological. Loves environment, and also
And he was an iRobot reference.
yes, iRobot reference. Okay.
The face. I just keep remembering the face.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay. I have to remember which screen I designated as the streaming screen and which one's the not streaming. Yes, it was Donald this time around. Ronald last time around. Anyways, I think I did my part.
Good.
Silent?
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
And
we
then,
also.
additional notes. Sanchi and Silith noticed weird movements of the Thieves Guild. After we helped out What's His Face, we went and slept in a hotel, got in a car, and went to Greasewood. I think that's about the main things.
Yeah. You right. You all ended up in Greasor, which looks very different from what many people remember of the city, but it's okay.
Yeah,
We'll
it
get
doesn't
into
little
it.
really look
bit.
greasy
I figured
at
it
all.
to be greasy, not yeah.
No,
Like
it's very
clean.
Lyrics bin.
so interesting, huh? So anyhow, you all had like just pulled into the city at this point. And you all pull up to like a building that's a little bit further off, like kind of just, well, not really further off. It's in the middle of everything, but it's like standalone. Like there's more space around it. And as you all start to like pull into the underground like parking lot at the bottom, and once you all park, she parks just fine. There's no like terrible parking disaster. She has enough cameras, and your little
Oh, I thought
robot
it was
comes
the robot
out.
driving.
Pretty much at this point, he's driving. And so it's like almost immediately as you like hear the car kind of click off, there's just 6 dudes outside the car that open the doors, like all of them. And then they start unpacking and just kind of carrying stuff. And as you all kind of get out of the car, since you're all dressed and whatnot, you all get out of the van, and can all of you make a perception check for me?
Perception, you say?
Are these your dudes?
So long as I can still read.
I am too surprised by all of the people in my personal space.
Wow.
I don't like when people open the doors for me if it's weird.
Oopsie.
This is beautiful.
Wow.
What a random group of people to notice. So, Stockade and Lyric, both of you notice, kind of like walking over in the midst of these just 6 standard dudes. You notice a very familiar face walk up to you all. It's Leo. And he walks up and he like salutes and whatnot, and like Major Alara like tells him to like calm down, homie. It's okay. And ultimately, Ilara kind of looks at y'all. She's like, all of you, you can follow him. Stakeen, can you stay back with me for a second? And the rest of you are guided up with Leo, unless you have like objections to such thing.
I actually had one question for Alara before we all parted.
Mm-hmm.
Before we part ways, Lyric turns back and just asks Alara out loud because he just doesn't think that she's going to accept it if he tries to do it mentally. Um, Laura, whenever we get the chance, is there any way I could talk to RQ?
Yeah.
I don't
It,
know if there's a way to talk to him from all the way over here, though.
there is, but you'll be able to once you get into the meeting room.
All right. Privately, though?
Mm. You can do that as well.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. And she's like kind of looks over at Sakine as you like kind of scurry off to go catch with the rest of the group. She's like, since when would he want to talk to him? Odd.
Your guess is as good as mine.
But as they all walk up, you all stay by the van. All the 6 little dudes leave as well as they unpack everything. And until the elevator door closes, she then turns to you and she goes, whatever occurred that night at the bar with them getting out and leaving the bar's premises cannot happen again on your watch, Sakine.
You mean you don't like the pickles?
The pickles were fine. More so, them getting outside and you losing line of sight of them. I need you to not only gain their trust, but in a sense, your respect to your authority on the team. And also, just in a weird, darker term, their compliance. I know when we spoke, you said you were better behind the scenes, but on this current mission, you're not. Sorry, I thought I heard Cusco making a weird noise. Would you stop
That's
eating
fair.
my charger? Oh my god! Cusco! I wonder why you gonna have tummy ache. You're so cute though. Just keep laying down. God.
That is the most relatable cat sentence I think I've ever heard.
That's the more
Here.
relatable, like, pet sentence. I've said that to Benny so many times.
Fair.
Like, you want to know how many times I've told him he can't have that? He's going to die.
Too many
I
times.
love you,
Knowing
puppy.
Benny.
You're very
Oh,
cute.
yeah.
Are you coming over? Oh, of course you are. Oh, you're gonna wake up our neighbors with that thud, my guy. My bed is extra giant again, because reasons. But anyways,
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to take down the other mattress, so I'm gonna be real Toledo about it, and I'm just using the second mattress as a box spring, which makes my
Oh,
bed
respect
as
that.
tall as ever. But anyways, back to serious mode. Click, click. Either way, their compliance. I know when we spoke, you're better at behind the scenes, or you think you're going to be better in that fashion. You're not behind the scenes on this one. And I can't just send you back to the base by yourself because you want to try that style more. Right now, in all reality, I have one person that I know. If I tell them to go bite and go just do whatever I tell them, they're going to do it, no questions asked. You need to have all 3 of them be at that same level to you. And I know you can do that. I know you have the skills. I know you have the training. And I know you're angry with everything that's happened to you in the past or currently, but you need to channel that into something a little bit more useful. So put your foot down when you need to put your foot down. Because don't worry, the next mission, I can tell you right now, you guys are with Commander Rylan, and he's not going to tolerate such things to occur. Which you two might have a better working style together, who knows? But you're learning. So I figured I'd talk to you before we head in.
Like, he just kind of looks at her, and he goes, I don't think I emphasized before how much I really don't care.
That's great. You might want to start caring if you want to have the life you've been striving for
Hmm.
and that you've wanted this whole time, right?
Well,
I can get you there, but you have to listen.
you can get me there.
Yes.
Where exactly is there?
Not under their foot. Not having to work for them. Free.
We'll see how well it goes.
Good.
I'll cooperate. A little.
Deal.
But if anyone puts one toe out of line on your end, that's it on mine.
I'll handle them. No worries. You know how chain of command goes. You see something out of sorts, you come to me about it. I take care of it. I see something out of sorts with the people under you, who are ultimately under me. I talk to you about it. Just like I just did, right?
I suppose.
Glad. Well, now that that's squared away, should we start heading up?
Ugh. I
And-
guess.
And now we gonna cut to y'all. What were y'all doing while that conversation was occurring? Ultimately, you all get into the elevator, and Leo's
Are
just
we
kind
on-
of standing there.
I look at Silas and Mindlink, and then I ask, so cigarettes.
And what about it?
I'm good
No, I
at
don't
three
actually
things.
smoke. I
I
don't
know you
smoke.
don't. I know you don't. I'm good at three things. I'm good at living in the wild. I can play the shit out of my loot, and I know how to catch habits. You literally eat the you eat the best. Sorry. That is-
I eat what?
when you eat
Zero had
you
a
eat healthy,
stroke.
a little bit. When you eat, you normally eat healthier than everybody else. You pretty much refuse to do anything that could, well, I guess hamper you. You don't drink. So seeing you with cigarettes was a bit weird. And I've worked with the Thieves Guild before.
And
I don't know all of the communications, but who are you talking to?
I couldn't get outside, so no one. And besides,
And-
I was always told, no matter what job you have, you always smoke because you get at least 2 extra 10-minute breaks.
What?
Good rule of thumb.
What is
If-
that?
So normally, in this society, when you have a job, you are to work for X amount of hours and have usually a lunch break, and that's about it. However, if you smoke, you're more likely to get an extra 1 or 2 10-minute breaks through the day.
Oh.
So when in
Normal
doubt, you always smoke.
Oh, my
Normal
job's
jobs
I
and stuff.
I just did whatever I wanted, and then
How did-
worked like 5
How
minutes.
did you get in our head?
I'll say this is mine.
Oh, whoops.
That's
You know, I'm
All
part of the
good.
conversation too.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's for Nick to say. But anyways, so weirdness of society aside, were you deterring? Were you talking to them for?
There was some movement by the guilds, and I simply used them as a way to say, hey, I am under surveillance and do not approach.
Wow, that's actually really goddamn smart. Wait, did Sanchi know?
Mm, probably, hence why I offered to buy her a pack as well. I was
Honestly, I
hoping to actually get outside, but that's a different story. Just from the door, I could see some odd things happening.
Fair enough. I guess I should have known that Sanchi would have gotten it. She's been in it longer than anybody. Anyways, that's all I wanted to ask. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any trouble.
Nope, not as of yet, at least. But movements have me concerned, but I could not get any information, especially without being seen, so that is something that will probably have to be taken into consideration.
Lyric looks forward over to Sanchi, and then just says out loud, I don't care about any of that. I just care that we're all good. And then he just puts his hands on Sanchi's head and kind of like rubs the feathers back and forth and says, "You're a good bird, Sanchi. You're a great owl."
I kick him.
I was gonna say. I would be looking at him like, what are you doing? Just complete surprise? Like,
We have history, you and I. Kick.
Leo just kind of like glances over, but then just continues to look forward and up at the number as it slowly goes up with the elevator music just playing in the background.
Oh my god. This poor guy.
I'm just gonna accept the fact that that hurts, and I'm just, they're gonna like bounce up and down a little bit and say, "Hey, we may have history, but I've only been a slight nuisance."
To whom?
That list may be long. But hey,
I'm on the one that's more than a slight nuisance.
Wait, did you just call yourself a nuisance?
No, I said I'm on the list. That is for people you have been more than a slight nuisance towards.
Oh yeah, but that's just because you've been unlucky enough to meet me so many times.
Oh yeah.
At least I know your name now. Or at least now I remember it. All right, I'll call you Bird again. It's almost been a month anyways, right?
And I'll call you stupid.
It's just like old times.
And I'm not calling you for dinner.
You're not calling me for what?
Dinner?
Oh, no. You can't take that away from me. Hey, all right, fine. I'll keep using the name, and if I see any rats, I'll point them out for you.
Ah, awesome. I mean, I'm not in charge of dinner anyway, so...
Oh shit, that's right. Whatever.
Win-win. Win for me again.
And at this point, the elevator finally dings. And the door is open.
Bye, Leo.
Hello?
Bye, Leo.
Well,
Bye.
I have to walk you to the room still.
What?
You don't know where you're going?
I'll figure it out.
Look,
You literally can't, but
Oh.
follow me.
Okay.
we could try.
Mm, I
Look,
don't
at
think
least two of us are smart.
Uh-huh.
I understand my position here. He just like looks down.
And he just kind of like walks, and you all see like out the windows, you see this scene yet again, just like from a different angle. Imagine it. Theater of the mind. And at some point, you all finally kind of like walk down numerous hallways, and just like you see people like walking around, kind of doing things, but they're just like bumbling around. They're not doing anything too crazy. And then you all finally get to a door, and he like scans his badge, and you all walk in, and he goes, you all should be able just to put your hand on the screen or mouse pad, and it will log into your account. And so if you need to do any schoolwork or pull up any of the documents for the reason that you're here, you should be good to go to do so. And I
What's an account?
imagine Major Omelette and Team Lead Stakeen will be in shortly.
Hey, Sally, come here. I want
What's
to
an
try
account?
something.
What is an account?
And where all of your information's at. Like your schoolwork and everything? Or your classwork, I shouldn't say school. It's
Wait, we didn't leave
demeaning.
that back at the. We didn't leave that back in the limo. Oh fuck.
Uh-huh.
The internet is still new to him.
Sila, come here. I want to
Technology's
try
weird.
something.
Anyhow. So he closes the door and he leaves, and now you all three are in the room alone.
I'd like to take Silas' hand and use it to open the door, like he instructed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so you place your hand
No,
down
Silas'
and it
hand.
works. Oh,
Yes.
and it logs her in.
Great. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Touch.
Are you touching the mouse pad or the screen?
The screen.
Yep, so you go and touch the screen and it logs in and you recognize all of your stuff written in the language you can read and everything.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Language
kind
you
of
can
cool.
read. Where is this that we're at?
You're in the room. So you're just in any of the chairs. There's
Which-
technically supposed to be
which room?
computers, but
Is this
the
like a
meeting
debriefing?
room. Yeah, this is the meeting room.
Okay.
So it's just you three currently, as you wait a few moments for Stakeen and Ilara to come in. But is there anything you guys want to do before then, besides just logging in and getting all set up?
I'll just get set up.
Okay. Cool. And within like a few moments, probably like 5 minutes after, you notice Ilara and Stakeen walk in and she like motions for him to sit down. And she walks right to the top of the table, logs in, and you notice the big like marble screen behind her is no longer on a screensaver, but it's pulled up and it shows some documents and whatnot of everything you guys have had access to in the car on the way there. All of the nice, beautiful spreadsheets that were made. And she goes, "Morning, everyone."
Morning.
So, before we get started with the briefing, does anyone have any questions about the living situation? I do have a few things to share right out the gate, which is we'll be here until either we solve the crimes that have occurred or we need to hand this off to another team. No, you do not have to share rooms. Each of you will have your own room, which if you go and look, I believe, in the mailbox, it'll tell you on your account what room you'll be staying in and how to get there with a map. Along with no, and she looks immediately at Lyric, you cannot drink alcohol while you're on the job. You're a government official now. Please act
There
like
pulls
it.
out his flask and he just kind of slides it down the table to her.
And she
As
grabs
you
it.
met.
All right. Any other questions about the living situation for while we're here?
Do we have our own showers in our rooms, or do we have to use
Yes.
showers? Awesome.
Are we still getting our Saturdays off or no?
No.
Is there a pool?
Yes.
Right.
Is there a library?
Any other questions? Sanchi?
Is there a
Stakeen?
library?
Library, yes.
None from me, I guess.
Is there a what was the word again?
Breakfast.
A couple? Is there a couple that we have to respect at night?
Curfew.
Oh, what's that?
A curfew?
Curfew.
Not a couple. Curfew.
Oh, curfew. All right. Yeah, is there one of those?
I imagine you guys will be pretty much tired by the time bedtime occurs, but it depends on how much work we have. So technically, no. It's whenever duty calls.
Do we get the regular rations or?
Yes, you'll still have your standardized meals.
Great.
Gotta keep you
If I
healthy at
find-
least.
If I
I'm
find
a
a
little
rat
more
bone, I can
butthurt about
grab
that
it.
than I would have thought, Sanchi.
No, it's just, maybe we could have something nice once in a while.
What is nice for you?
I don't know.
More eggs.
Probably steak.
I like mouse.
Steak. Yeah, if I find any mice, can I give them to her? I kind of told her I would.
Good luck finding any here. But
Isn't this not a city?
it
What
is.
the hell?
But it's pretty clean.
Oh.
So, anyways, as for the crimes, as you've known, we have some documents and evidence together to review. It's going to include victims, suspects, interrogation trackers, and a calendar for you all to keep timelines straight. Team B has finally done their background work, and as always, we already have communication devices with Team B, so if you hear a voice in your head from one of your friends in Team B, don't be alarmed, and remember, do not act or react to it. The last thing you want to do is let a suspect know that you have someone else in your ear. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Saki nods, but is kind of like scowling a little, but also kind of off in his own little world at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you all understand. Also, if anyone asks for your name, which they shouldn't, but if they do, please be sure to use your fake name. As I mentioned previously, I may not always be with all of you at all times, so you do need to respect and follow Stakeen's authority. He is your team lead. Do not do anything without his order. If he says do not leave a room, you do not leave the room. If he says not to say something, guess what? You don't say it. If he says not to cause problems, you listen. Are we clear?
Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Lyric?
Did Stalking do something wrong?
No.
Oh,
Did we?
Not in
I'm for
so
sure.
many words, Lyric.
Sanchi?
I said yes.
Fantastic. All right. Anyhow, let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to go over a brief overview of some of the documents that we have, and then we're going to discuss further. As always, Team B, you're welcome to chime in if we overstep or get anything wrong. If not, Spears, continue to follow Commander Rylan. And you hear Spears not only in your head, but like echoed in the room as if he's on a speaker. And he's like, "Yes, ma'am."
Lyric
And
freaks
just-
out.
And she like immediately, Lyric, I need you to roll a what roll do I need you to make? Because I can't remember the words. I need you to make a insight check for me. Good. And you immediately know, as soon as you react, you see like those orange daggers of eyes already looking at you. And she leans down really, really close and she goes, I will say it again. The only thing you should be scared of is me. Do not blow your cover. Okay?
Oh, this is the worst time to say that you are. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Good, because you were about to go back to jail. So anyhow, And she gets right back to it. All right. So, pretty self-explanatory if we go over it. There's a victim chart. It has all the people currently missing or murdered, along with cause of death for those who have been found, their bodies, along with when they were last seen, suspects that they're connected to, and small keynotes. We'll be working one by one, and then when we start to make connections, as connections start to appear, we'll start cross-examining and such. Today, we're starting with the case of Thalia Bronzebow. And if we feel ready after today, since it's going to be a long briefing, I imagine, we may even get to interrogate their number one suspect in her death, which is her husband, Grimbold Bronzebow. Does everyone understand what the victim chart is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
It's laid out very nice.
The suspect chart are those who we need to interrogate outside of the possibility, it's just a random person making these or a random multiple people making these, along with which victim they're connected to. And leading right into that is the interrogation responses. So this is where any questions you want to ask everybody, you would put them here, track their answer, see if you found a lie or if they're telling the truth, whatever your determination is. There is a few people on there that you notice that may not be on the suspect chart. Guess what? They're not suspects. The first being Marie Littlebolt. She was a co-worker of Xenia Flickerfoot. She is also the main assistant to Xenia. While all the workers in that building could have information, Marie is the only one with truly reliable sources at this time. Team B is already and has been sifting through anyone else. The second is Valna Witherthin. She's a regular client of Nissa Scaleheart. And then lastly is Marshall Waterbucker. He's a co-worker of Taryn Oakleaf. None of them are suspected to be involved with their death or disappearance. And then lastly, the calendar has the dates of when people went missing, last seen, and any information we have available, mostly. And of course, you can write in and see that we have extra spots in the key for anything else you want to do and organize, however you all think is best to do so. And that's kind of a high overview of what every tab is, does, explaining a few additional key factors. Any questions before we start discussing and going further into Thalia?
Not yet.
Quiet bunch. Alrighty, so we'll go right into it. Her autopsy notes, we did get some additional information back, and here's some additional details. Her body was decomposed. No DNA evidence has been able to be found at this time. They're still waiting for some labs to return with anything new. Her body had at least been there for 3 weeks. Team B has been going through the footage and found that Grimbold came in to the police station and reported it as such, but was dismissed, seeing only one other woman at this time was known to be missing, which puts the date roughly on the 11th, according to the records. So they assumed she had either left him or was running late and was already home by the time he was running in to, make the report that she was missing. Grimbold never did go back to the police/guards to report again, and she was still missing. It was not until the 27th, when her body was located, is when they let Grimbold know the news. His children were apparently playing in the front room when he was told the news, and he looked stoic. The police found it odd, but also knew it could just be because his children were there. But they took note of it just in case. Seeing he was the last to see her, he's still the prime suspect, has not been cleared at this time. Any questions?
Hmm.
No.
Hmm.
Fantastic. So, let's start brainstorming then on that information. I will say this, they're only allowing 2 people in the interrogation room at a time. So our first person we need to talk to is Grimbold. Which 2, Stakeen, people do you want in there? Don't worry, there's still the stereotypical looking glass so we can see into the room, but they can't see us. But Stakeen, who do you want in there questioning? Yourself can be one of those options.
Well, obviously, I think it should be Silith.
Probably a good
And
answer.
what?
Oh, I was just saying that's probably a great answer.
Yes. I don't believe Lyric should be in there, but that is because I feel like we could make great use of their mind link.
Ilara also can do it. You would have had someone right next to you.
Can we send you in there? Major?
I mean, I can go in there, but ultimately,
I will say, since we had the notes in the car, I did also already make a few notes ahead of time, so.
Yes, I see.
Yes. Silith seems the most prepared. Otherwise, I feel like having Lyric hold back because of the mind link is probably the best plan of approach. Does anyone have any preferences to, I guess, the Major, me, or Sanchi going in?
No preference.
Outside of intimidation factor.
Oh, are you saying I get to be good cop?
I feel like it makes sense, doesn't it?
I guess.
You're usually the good cop in our group.
personally, I'd rather it be between you all and me, not in the debate of it. But if
Why
we don't
not?
think anyone else is good, I'll go in with Silent.
Why don't you want to
Sanchi.
interrogate her? Why
I
don't
mean,
you want?
Sanchi can get terrifying. She would make a perfect bad cop.
Why don't you want to interrogate them?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I have other work to do.
I mean, you'll still be standing here at the glass, won't you? What other
Yes, but I'll be doing other work as well.
work? Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can go.
You have a reason why you want to go? Or just to...
Well, you know, actually, it would make a lot of sense for you to go. You're the leader, after all.
They don't know that.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, doing
Yeah, but you're
the
arguing it.
interrogation, doing the interrogation is sort of the leader's job, no?
I will say you
Does
do
sound
have
like
a good
later work.
poker face, so.
That's just
That's
my
just his
face.
I'm saying you don't get worked up easily. Usually.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Sanchi, you're a little more violent.
Okay, but I also
Yeah,
have a good
bad cop.
poker face.
Do
No.
you?
Yes.
No. No.
Yes.
Roll an
Don't you?
insight check. Insight checks. All around.
Who's your...
All
Okay.
around. Whoever wants to call BS on that.
I don't know who
Ooh, meets
Beats. Got
Yikes.
16.
Okay, but
16
it's
buys it.
but no, but the point wasn't that it's that she was lying. The point was that she has a +9 in deception, which is in fact a good poker face.
Just lyric hide with her. I say I'm gonna lean down and say, Sanchi, I can beat you in an arm wrestling match.
That is blatantly not true.
No
I would
poker
have to agree
face.
with that. I will say I would like a few minutes to meditate first if she is going to be bad cop. Get a few insights from my ancestors.
Ugh. I suppose. Silas, are you gonna be able to get anything done if Sanchi's in the room? Can you
Mm,
keep a straight face if she is there?
I've worked with her for how long? Yes.
I mean,
I don't know.
look, I'm not desperate to go. If you want to go, you can, Stakin.
I don't care who goes.
Well, then you can go.
I don't want to. You go.
Oh my god.
Don't worry about Silas having a poker face. She's literally he told Wade and Kana that things happened just because she doesn't give a shit what people think about it. I don't think she's gonna be affected by Sanchi in there.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to get Sanchi a little riled up. That way she's ready to be bad cop.
You
Well,
don't need
I'm
to do
riled
that.
up.
She's ready at any moment.
Riled is my default. These feathers
Yeah, why-
come ruffled.
Yeah, why do you think she got herself
So
stuck in that
rough.
vent? Which, by the way, why did you do that?
Do what?
How did you do that? You got stuck in a vent. How do you even do that?
I didn't get stuck. I chose to be there.
Uh-huh.
See, she is always ready.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in the room.
Alrighty then. So we have Silith and Sanchi going in. Anyone
know the use-
disagree?
Nope.
And we have to use our alias?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Sanchi, what is yours again? If you want to hit the cogwheel and also add it to your name so we know it.
Yeah.
I thought I did that. Actually.
Oh, I also don't have mine
Also, am I able to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
a short rest to swap out my proficiencies?
Yeah. You'll be
I'm
fine.
gonna swap it to insight.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
That's
That's me.
class feature, not race feature.
Oh, okay.
It just fits with my character.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Respect.
Perfect.
My default
Also
is just
0.
I thought it was actually just like a any character could do it thing, not
Nope.
not specifically ours.
Nope.
Where do I change it in the name? Do I have to like go to the actual profile to change it in the name?
No, the cogwheel at the very top of the page, you'll say displayed name, and you can just type in whatever the hell you want there.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah. Thank you.
Do. All right. With that, since we have time, and as you notice, like, while we ran through that briefing very, very quickly, there was a nice, good chunk of time. You all arrived in the morning-ish. It is now like midday. So lunch has been served, and Leo's come back with the food. He's pretty much your guys' personal butler for a hot second as he brings in the food. And she goes, all right, let's start prepping for the interrogation. Is there anything else outside the list that's already there that we might want to ask?
Hmm.
Let me see the list.
I'm going over the information again real quick. Did missing on the 11th, calendar dates.
I think we should definitely ask why he never went back to the,
That is on the list.
I put that in my
Police.
little notepad, don't worry.
Did anyone ever ask? I may not have come across it yet, but did anyone ask why anyone would want to hurt them?
That is on the list.
That's on the list.
Okay.
Like I said, I did my homework in the car while y'all were messing with the little robot.
It was just adorable.
Hmm.
Also, from
Mm,
comparing the newspaper, she is a blacksmith, so I have a few questions in relationship to that. Um, hmm.
what's up with all the egg stuff?
Yeah,
They
that's a
just
good
really obsessed
question.
with our nation.
Um, Well, never mind. I will let Alara answer that if she would like to. I have my own theories. I don't want to just throw stuff out and it be wrong.
Go on, say
I
it.
think it would be. What?
Well, originally, you had said there might have been a connection to Kipper, who has a connection to Dr. Egg, who's working on Project Egg. That has to do with genes. There's an egg-shaped cut in the back of the neck. If this was some type of experimental program, easily getting DNA from people, especially with it being a multiple incision sort of thing, there's obviously a pattern, whether that is just for death. And she continues to ramble on her own little conspiracy theory for another 5-10 minutes.
The only part I
But
missed
this is
was
all speculation, I would assume.
the only part I missed was
Especially as based off of these dates, it seems like the killing started to happen before Kipper and us got out of jail. Therefore, the connection there is very loose.
So we're not gonna kill two birds with one stone likely with this.
I mean, there's the possibility of an extra person working with him.
But
Well,
no
we have
Kipper.
to think too. With the mind link, we can also continue to feed questions to Silith.
Oh yeah,
if
I'll
we
repeat
have
everything
them.
that she says word for word if I have to, or any questions that you guys come up with.
Yes. Which is why the two of you are separate.
All right. Can you guys hear what they're saying on the other side, or do I have to repeat what they say too?
Usually, that type of glass from the crime films I've seen, there's a speaker in the room you guys will be in, and we will not be able to hear you from there.
Correct.
Oh, thank you for explaining.
I added at least one question.
Did you not watch TV in jail at all? It's one of the few things to do in there.
I was in a nomadic tribe. We didn't really have electricity.
That
You were in
doesn't
jail.
stop you from watching TV at jail.
I mostly just tried to talk to Spears.
Ah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
I love that you've spelt his name 2 different ways in one box when it's literally in the box. Spelled correctly. I'm so sorry. I was just reading and I was like, who the hell's Grimble?
I couldn't remember his name and I was typing it.
And she's
I was not
wrong.
caring enough. She's like,
I was like reading your notes and I was like, who is Grimble? Did I say this? Anyways, I'll let you. Thank
That's English, my bad, sorry.
you.
We should also maybe consider asking if he noticed her in pain at all before she went missing. Because we don't know if that wound, how current that wound is. Not like the autopsy really shows that.
Hey, what was that thing that they used to watch us back in the jail when they went around? You guys have talked about it sometimes, but I have no idea what it is. Those things on the walls, they kind of go back and forth.
Surveillance?
Is that what they are? Is there anything like that we can use?
From their building?
Well, she does have a blacksmith shop, so does the shop have any surveillance? Have the cops gotten that yet?
I mean, the prison had them.
Good question.
Team B. And you hear it chimed in, and almost immediately you hear Spears. He's like, I already have Wade looking into it. Thank you. Team B.
Hi, Spears.
Hello. And he just like kind of like you almost hear the little like beep of the mute go back on. If it could. But
You're not supposed to acknowledge them.
Ah, I miss that guy.
Remember to use
So-
your nicknames too. Your code names.
Oh,
Eh.
shit.
Which is also why the two of you are going in there.
I'm sure you
Very
remember.
used to it with our previous line of work, shall we say.
You've had these experiences
That's so
before.
scandalous. Whew. I'm sorry, what was that, Sanchi?
I was just saying that we've done this before.
True.
This is
Right.
why you guys only hired me for the kill missions.
Actually, quite a few times, unfortunately for me, but that is a different story.
Such is life.
Well,
What else we gotta ask?
are we feeling good?
No.
I feel like this is a good starter list.
Good. I think it'd be
And we-
good to go in. How you guys feeling?
Well,
Same as
we'll get
always.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, just another duty.
Mm-hmm. So
we're
do
good to
you-
go in.
I think
You
so.
guys want to?
I don't see why not.
Alrighty then.
Rhaenyra,
Well, let me go on down, make a few calls, and we'll get everything situated.
Okay,
Sound good?
sound good.
You all stay in here. And she stands up and walks out of the room. And you all are by your lonesome.
Do we know what he does? Her husband, I mean?
I don't think
da, da, da.
It's said.
I will say I got a lot of my information specifically from the newspaper, as it was a little bit more forthcoming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if he also worked in the blacksmith shop that she owned or not, so that is something to ask about.
Yes, because that would be interesting if they were both part owners, or if, one of them fell on hard times. Stereotypically, that would be cause for murder.
I have a question about the information we have in this here sheet.
Mm-hmm.
In the notes column for Thalia, it says, in a shallow grave behind graveyard, same area as Thalia and Serafina, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Seems weird to say in the same area as
Yeah.
one's self.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Where was...
Terran, perhaps?
No.
There were 3 bodies, from what I understood, that were there.
Solara.
Okay.
No.
Definitely seems like there's a connection between Alara, Serafina, and Nisa and Talia. Whether it's the MO or the location of the body.
I mean, if it's the same killer and they have a favorite dumping ground and most likely, same type of death, it makes sense.
That is what I'm
Whether or
saying.
not it's a connection with them, that is unsure. You don't have race, you simply have gender. A few of them do not have children. So that rules that out as well.
Do you think they might have been a part of a party at one point?
I have questions on if there is any connection to the other 2. I have not asked about the other. I don't think I have questions about the other 3, as we have not found their body to know if
Right.
there is a direct connection.
Is there
Mm.
is the Serafina also a typo since it says under Nisa's and Alara's?
That's probably me. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Well,
typing too fast.
no, I don't mean that it's typing too fast. It seems like it's naming the wrong person. Not
So Talia, Alara, and Serafina with Misa? Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why did I do that? Silly me. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. Anyhow,
Alright. Anyhow.
back as you guys were.
Was have we been to their homes at all?
Uh,
No. Not personally. At least not as far as I'm aware.
I mean, most of the time when I was doing my old job, if we did anything away from homes, it was to drag away suspicion. I feel like it's pointless to be afraid to say this in front of you at this point, Major. But
She's not in the room. She
oh yeah, he was so engrossed into the situation. Holy shit!
Didn't even notice she walked away.
He's into the street right shit right now. Well, basically, if we ever took someone out away from their home, it was because it was easier to, well, hide the body and, well, sometimes we just wanted to get in the house without having to worry about them. And sometimes finding things inside the house would be a reason to, you know, follow through with the bounty or job that the Thieves Guild gave me.
I feel like there would be more information here if there was a break-in involved.
Would you leave behind evidence?
No, but are you not proposing that there was a theft?
I'm just proposing that we might find something about them or what could connect them to be a murder victim.
Also, I'm a very
Maybe.
specialized murder victim, or murder, distributor, and therefore I don't think that my experience would apply to other
Well, I'm just-
other providers.
Well, obviously you don't go around leaving eggs. You mostly go around leaving chunks.
Yes, I don't usually have to send a message. The message is usually me. I usually am the
So-
message.
So we're dealing with someone who has a little more, I don't know, a little less oomph.
I mean, I have questions on if there was anything weird beforehand, if that was potentially a threat or a message or anything like that. Again, we have a few questions about her workplace, and we can also ask about the house if there's anything weird going on at the time. And I'm sure there will be extra questions that pop up.
How close do these people live to near each other?
They're all in the same town, at least. So,
It seems that some of them knew each other. For instance, Nisa had bad blood with Serafina.
I've got nothing.
We could ask if he knew the other victims.
I have that on there for the two that were found in the same area.
Have we asked them? I think we actually did. Never mind.
Another question for clarification. For Serafina Wind Whisperer, it says here local meat marked, and I'm not sure what that means.
Markets.
Okay.
It auto-correct, I think. Or I fat-fingered it. I'm
I
good at
was
that. If you can't
Sort
tell.
of assuming that might
Quick
be the
notes.
case, but
Quick notes and fat fingers. Ah, wrong type of meat as well.
indeed.
Have we asked them?
Common is difficult. It's not like my own language. I apologize. So many words sound the same.
No, it's okay. I appreciate you putting the information together for us. Definitely helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Has he asked or talked to the kids about any of this?
I mean, do you really want to? I mean, that's something we could ask. I
The
feel
kids
like
were
that's
in the
something to be
room.
prompt.
Were the
Well,
kids
I
in
mean,
the
I'm
room?
sure he was taken aside to a degree and told in a hushed tone and said, "Ah, yes, your mother has been murdered. We found her after 3 weeks. Sucks that you're almost orphans now. Ha ha!" That's very
That would be
friendly.
really, really mean.
Exactly.
I mean, not
Usually that's
there.
something that police don't, at least in TV, they take them aside to tell them. That way it's up to them how they break the news. Especially like it would be better to be like, "Ah, yes, your mother passed away for some non-murdered reason, horrific reason,"
Or
to
perhaps
break it softly.
mom's just
Well,
on
it's
a
just
trip.
to see, if they noticed anything different about their mother.
I mean,
Sometimes kids are perceptive.
we can ask him if his kids noticed anything weird.
Sure, I'll go ask him now. There just walks over to the phone.
The hell?
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, wasn't supposed to do that, right?
No.
Never.
Didn't you hear? You
Sorry,
only
cut
do
it.
what Marcus tells you to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yo.
Nothing. Should we just get in there and start asking questions?
That's kind of where I'm at.
We're waiting for Alara to give us the green light.
That is true.
And almost if on command, she walks in and she goes, "Everything okay in here?" As she walks in, just sees like Lyric still kind of like oddly standing by the door. You all staring at him. She's like, "Everything okay?"
As okay as it can be.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Well, they're going to go gather him if we want to head over to the police station.
All right. And Laura, about that request I made earlier, I actually think I should talk to you about it before I talk to him about it because I might get in trouble otherwise.
Mm-hmm. All right. And she like snaps and almost like a good old person he is, Leo kind of walks up and she goes, "Can you take Stakeen and everyone besides Lyric down to the van?" And he just like nods and he's like, "Come on, guys." As he kind of ushers you all to go. Do you all go besides Stakeen, or not Stakeen, Lyric?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Laura?
not in trouble this time.
And as they all leave, she closes the door and she goes, "Commander Ryland, are you still there?" And he, like, you of course hear him. He goes, "Yes." She's like, "Fantastic." "Yes, Lyric?"
Can he? You should hear this before he hears this. And he like while he says this, he points at Alara, points up at where he thinks Roland is, and then he points
Mhm.
back, and then he points down, and he goes, "Because otherwise, I'm going to break an order that you gave me, and I don't want to do that."
Go on.
Is he still listening?
No.
All right. So, I've been wanting to try to help him get off your back a little bit. After what I didn't see, and I have some information to give him, so that way, maybe he can trust the team a little bit more. But I realized when talking about interrogation things that I don't know what he knows, and I don't want to get you in trouble or for him to be annoying you because of things that he doesn't know and doesn't need to know. And
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't trust us because we're criminals. And Sanchi and I can get that. But actually, Sanchi might be way more trustworthy than the team understands. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe all of them. While you were gone, I I decided to ask them a couple questions. Stalking, ever for your confidence. I don't think he even contemplated the idea of leaving. I asked him if he wanted to, and he just kept saying that he thought I was saying, should we go outside or stay inside? He didn't think at all about the idea of she's not here. And then I go outside and I see Silith and no Sanchi. And when I ask her, she just straight out rejected the idea. And Sanchi can fucking fly, and she was free. And due to something I noticed, I know that Sanchi could have gotten away if she really wanted to. But she's still with us. And I thought he should know that. Or he should know that they can be trusted. And as long as you're my boss, you kind of got me too. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to tell them. Like, they all that weirdness at the bar happened, but they're trying. I'm trying. We're trying. Yes, that.
Lyric,
Yes.
you're a very loyal dog. And I mean that in the nicest way. Because I know if I tell you to go bite someone, you would. No questions asked. I appreciate that, and I want you to continue doing that. For I'm hoping it's contagious to the rest of the members. And I want you to also know, as well as you listen to me, you need to listen to Stakin the same way. Along
Well, yeah,
with...
you told me to listen to him.
Good. And I also need you to know you need to always, learn when someone's lying to you. Did you hear that, Commander Rylan? And he's like, yes. And she smiles. She goes, anything you tell me can be told to him at the same time. Trying to split us up is not the best move.
It's not that I was trying to split you up. It's that I was just trying to follow your order.
You're
and
fine.
Rylan, I'm sorry about. I mean, I do really want you to have better days at the job, but it was just to make her have an easier day that I took interest. I'm sorry, but I do want to get to know you better, and I really do want to make sure I don't piss her off. And I think that means I can't piss you off, so and he just thumbs up to the ceiling.
And at that point, she's like, no worries, they're already back to work. Let's get going. It's very fascinating, though, how quickly Wade just bows down to Spears. Isn't it interesting? He has them together up there. But they haven't
it's
slept in
Spears.
2 days, so,
I mean, it's Spears. Have you seen him stare at you? Or stare at anyone?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
And it's just, interesting. Commander Ryland's a very, very good person to follow, when it comes to just fitting in and getting somewhere in the place. And as you guys close the door and leave, we're going to flip on over to the other group that was with Leo, back at the elevator.
That's us.
Nice and long. And you all are in the elevator. He just presses the button down and doesn't say anything yet. What do you guys do?
Why is this elevator so long?
Indeed.
Probably still going over whatever notes if they gave us a data pad or trying to memorize the questions I've already written out.
Well, I imagine whatever they're talking about, they'll learn that you get to take the tablet with you mostly. Unless you're in the interrogation room, then they don't really want, suspects accidentally grabbing it or something.
True.
Is that
That's
not
why
us?
I'm just memorizing some.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Sanchi?
Isn't that us? We're the ones in the interrogation room.
Yeah. So you
Lyra's
two
right
better
to
know your
memorize it.
stuff. Yeah, but Lyric doesn't. He's not going in,
No,
is he?
Lyra. Lyra.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Kieran isn't in the going in, I believe is what you meant.
I meant Lyra's coming in with me.
Correct.
I put an
Is
arm
Owlin right?
and a wing around Silith.
Which is probably around her, calf. Unless
Yes.
you're flying.
She's just hanging there off her neck.
How tall
Silith
is she
isn't-
that short?
Silith isn't that tall, right?
I think I'm like 5'7".
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like
Yeah.
2 feet taller.
Like average.
That is 2 feet taller, but
So that'd be around like waist.
yeah, I can reach lower back.
And he just kind of looks back and he looks up at you, Stockine, and he goes, "Well, good luck. I think it'll be needed. But it's good that you guys are getting used to your code names, though you're in this building."
Well, in the interrogation, we'll still have to use them, I assume.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying you don't have to use them in this building. We all know who you are. Mostly. Except for a few, cronies, but... Anyhow. As he looks at the number and it's just slowly going down. He looks over and he goes, "So... the beds are comfy here, at least."
Yeah, how'd you get stationed
Are
out
they-
here?
Me?
Yeah. Weren't you
It
back at
was a
base?
Was is the key word there.
I thought you did undercover stuff.
I
Are you
do.
out of the field now?
No.
Is he
No
doing
break?
it right now?
No, I'm currently on a mission, but
So
ultimately,
you're undercover right now.
You're also not in the elevator, Lyric.
Oh, shit, my bad. My bad.
Ultimately, he's like, "No, Commander Rylan asked a favor of my commanding officer, and I was told to make a pit stop to escort you all and make sure you arrived safely in proper uniform." And he just kind of eyes you all down, which it seems Major Omelette made sure that you all in pristine condition, as I expected her to do, along with Commander Ryland wanted me to confirm that the rooms were up to his standard. And no, I normally don't take orders from him, but my commander gave clearance, so seeing we're working together in some fashion. But no, you guys mentioned you thought you saw Quentin, so it's my job to track him down and make sure he wasn't following anyone of you all or target that they believe he's chasing.
Should-
So,
Should you really be telling us that?
yeah,
Aren't
it's
you
not like you guys are gonna talk to him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's an undercover mission, maybe there's some, not telling us involved.
I left a lot out, no worries.
Okay.
Hmm.
You also included a lot, but okay. You're the professional here.
That I am. As he's still just waiting for the number to drop.
You know I could have run down the stairs faster than this thing.
You wouldn't want to.
I can
I
fly.
mean, you could probably say fly or fall down. Safe.
Either way, good luck to you all. As the doors finally ding And you all are finally down all the way. You see the van pulled up and 6 guards already waiting. He goes, I'll walk you to your vehicle.
Well, hold on. We have to wait for Kieran.
Yeah, they'll be down shortly, I imagine.
Well, once this elevator gets back up and then back down again.
They have more than one elevator.
No, I think this is the only working one. I know how these kind of things work. Usually one elevator's out, and the other elevators in the building are just broken as well.
And Lyric, right at a perfect time, can you make an acrobatics check for me?
Yes, absolutely. Why is it?
But
a
you can
miss?
fly. Why do you take an elevator?
For courtesy to be with the other people, so they make sure she doesn't run away.
Yeah, I was forced in this case.
All right. Oh man, my first low roll of the day.
Oof, so rough for you. And you notice, for whatever reason, Lara was not waiting for the elevator, and so she's just parkouring down the stairs. And you're trying to keep up with her. And you fail miserably, and of course she catches you. And you all just kind of scurry on down, and within a couple minutes, you're down at the van as well, but you are significantly out of breath and almost a little sweaty as you pretty much like, that scene in like Family Guy where Peter just falls down the stairs a bunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally you.
Oh.
Except, like 42 flights of stairs.
Sanchi
So-
nudges
Christ.
Silith. Sanchi
I just-
nudges Silith and says, I would be embarrassed.
I just want to say, the first time that Lara catches him, he's just gonna have that slight little, like, yeah.
Of course, the standard. But
Food.
with
Bah.
that, and with that, you all get in the van and you head on over to the police station, where next time we get to start the interrogation of Grimbold. Bum bum
Ooh.
bum! How exciting! A nice, fun, cute little introduction session to what's going to be a very long arc for you all.
Wow.
And if you want to see the interrogation, or think of other questions the group should ask, post them in the comments of all the videos and our social medias and all that fun stuff. And we have other streams this week that I'll let folks talk about whatever they want to talk about. What are we
Ooh,
doing
we
this
just
week?
have one more stream this week.
Skyrim on Friday.
Skyrim on Friday. We have a special upload of Deltarune tomorrow, though. And then we have another one on the weekend. Before we pick up more, what is it? Life is Strange 3 on
Monday.
Monday. I almost pulled a 0 and called it Stranger Things.
I
Don't
finally
love
broke
that.
habit.
Yeah.
It do
'Cause
kind of give
Stranger
that
Things
vibe.
ain't really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
do give that vibe.
it does.
It
It really does.
really does.
Especially the first couple games.
For real. This one not so much yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, then on Wednesday we have more Rusty Lake.
Woo!
And if you haven't seen the first episode of that yet, definitely check it out. It's in our VODs here.
Ding 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 ding. Go to it. Watch it.
Yay.
We'll see you all Friday. Bye.
Yay,
Bye.